So much damage, so much control in one epic hero, guys. Hey guys, Ash here, Commander today, Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. Thank you for joining me and talking about one of my favorite epic marksmen. Well, heck, my favorite epic heroes, or my favorite heroes, not even epic, in the game. It is Maul. We've been talking about this dude for almost the better part of a year here on the channel. Might as well do a guide on Maul specifically. I love Maul. I've already said that. I'm going to say it again. I'm probably going to say it a third time. Before we end the video, why do I love Maul so much? Well, he's just the perfect combination of damage with a heck of a lot of control, knockback, freeze, you name it. Especially when you get into Awakening this epic, he becomes just insanely valuable in so many different areas of the game. His versatility is also tremendous, which makes me like him even more. So here he is. He's a shark, right? You're probably familiar with Maul already if you're watching this video, but in case you're not, his ultimate is amazing. He just basically has a shark, kind of like Jaws style. Cue the theme song, right? Spielberg comes onto the beach and we're ready to go, just hunting sharks here with Maul. I love everything about this dude. I love him. I just, even the abs. Look at those abs of steel, Maul. Golly, I gotta get on that ab routine. Anyway, what does this dude do? What does he do? Let's talk about his skills. Let's say no talent on this guy. Pretty basic. Again, he's a marksman. He's a piercer. His initial cost is 22, but when you awaken him, you can get it down to 17. It's a -5 cost. We'll review his awakening in just one moment. He's a pretty basic, I would say, hero, right? 3 abilities, but they're all exceptionally good. And on his Abyssal Surge, this is his manual ultimate, only a 500 cost, deals 900% AoE damage, knocks back the ground enemies with 2x strength. It's a beautiful little knockback there. Comes in handy in various areas of the game. You can obviously book it up for some more knockback strength and some more skill damage. And again, we'll review the awakenings on this move and the rest of his moves in just a minute. On his basic attack, he's got an AoE piercing attack. Deals 110% AoE damage to multiple enemies. Nice and simple. I love the AoE on the basic. And then on his Salt Erosion, 20 seconds or 10-second duration happens every 20 seconds. So every 20 seconds extends the attack range, and his range is already insanely good. Each attack deals 200% damage, and basic attack can now inflict defense reduction by 15%, so he can be a debuffer as well on his basic for 10 seconds on Salt Erosion, on enemies for 5 seconds. The effect lasts for 10 seconds, okay? So what is this dude doing? Well, he's got decreased defense. He's got AoE all over the place. And then once you start, again, you might have no awakenings right now on Maul. It's totally cool. Be patient, right? Be patient. If there's ever an extra chance event for Maul, definitely go for it, right? In my opinion, he's definitely an epic worth it, because there's not many epics, or just heroes for that matter, in the game that their awakenings are as good as Maul's, in my opinion. On A1, Abyssal Surge now inflicts freeze aside from knocking ground enemies back. So now we have the freeze in addition to the knockback on the ultimate, which is pretty cheap. Then we have crit rate plus 5% on A2. On A3, Salt Erosion, the passive, will also inflict slow. So now we have a 75 movement speed, the very good version of slow, the best version of slow. Now we have the best slow for 5-second duration on A3. We have the freeze, we have the knockback, and we have tons of AoE damage, and we have the decreased defense, the defense reduction. That's a lot, right? On A4, we get penetration, ignore defense, by 5%. Oof. And then at A5, we get the cost reduction, cost -5. Man, oh man. I mean, the ignore defense, the cost reduction 5, the slow, the freeze, and the crit rate. That is a lot of value you get when you can fully awaken Maul. Anybody watching right now have an A3 Maul or better? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you think it made that profound of an impact on your overall viability. I can't see how it couldn't, especially given that cost at A5. On the artifact, I have Sharpshooter Crest. I don't even have it upgraded right now, but when there's, I think this is beautiful for Maul for obvious reasons. When there are no enemies within one tile, AoE damage is increased by 20%. This is excellent in areas like Gear Raid 3, but even in Gear Raid 1, Gear Raid 2, you can use him in all 3 Gear Raids. You know, there's not that many heroes in the game that you can say that about, especially marksman, you know, that you can say that about. It makes him incredibly unique, even standing toe-to-toe with legendaries in the game. But if you think about all of those Gear Raids, we're using him, and there's always going to be more than one tile, right? Even in Gear Raid 1, because of his extremely amazing range, we're able to put him, you know, back a tile, right? And he can still hit everybody in that kind of opening, in that kill zone, so to speak, in Gear Raid 1. So you're still going to take advantage of the sharpshooter crest there. I do need to, I think I'm broke on Mithril right now, right? Yeah. Oh man, I'm always Mithril broke, it feels like. Anyway, for gear on him, we do have Calamity on the left-hand side. I do not have Insane Gear, anything close to it, as you guys can see in my Maul build. I'm keeping it pretty basic. I'm looking for attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage, you know? I'm building him to be a nuker. I'm trying to stack up, you know, Whirlwind works well too. The attack speed is nice because he has that AoE on the A1, and keep in mind, with that A1, he can apply, as we spoke about already on his skills, he can apply that defense reduction, so ideally he'd be attacking fairly fast for damage and for debuffs, right? So definitely want to take advantage of that. Attack speed is not the #1 priority on this hero, but it's nice to have. I have 10,000 on the attack, I have 297 on the attack speed, 105 on the crit rate, and 216 on the critical damage. His attack interval is pretty slow, 3.5 seconds to begin with, so attack speed really does go a long way in mitigating that. I have on the right hand side broken sets, attack bonus, crit damage, and attack bonus. You know, again, we always say this, but if you're running a Dolores alongside Maul in every area that you're using Maul, I would err on the side of going crit damage, attack percentage. That's kind of how I make that decision. But in this case, I don't run him always alongside Dolores or an inspiration hero in the game. So I'm going attack, and crit. That's basically it, guys. That's the build. With pretty low player power, and the gear on all of these heroes is going to be the same as what you guys saw on Maul, the caliber of gear, right? We're going to try to do this in basically, yeah, let's try to do it in 2x speed the whole time, right? Okay, so what we're going to do here is on the right-hand side, like I said, we can set up Maul all the way over here. Look at that range. Moreover, it's worth noting that look at this range on his ultimate. It's insane. Super good ultimate range there, and his regular range can extend this entire 3 tile kill zone, like I said, even in front of Iona. That's why we can play him all the way back here, plus we take advantage of that artifact as well. We can play Dolores like right over here. That's fine. Again, I have an all epic team here, so I'm going to use Greed as our 3rd DPS. Everything goes well here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start popping all of these alts. Unfortunately, my bad, I should have popped Dolores right before Maul. Ash, come on, dude. Unacceptable. Really don't want to take this early damage to the wall, but we'll be okay. All right, so next off, let's just start setting up and building on the left here. I've shown this strategy before. You can obviously use Laurel in this content on either side, right? But sometimes I like to use her on the left-hand side and basically use her to supercharge Mari, who's going to be our debuffer with a very high attack speed, but more importantly, our CC champion, right? So we're going to come right back in here and use him again. We are going to go ahead and pop Dolores. Let's get Aatrox down as well. Let's pop Iona as well. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, let's get Mari popped. Come back in here, trigger Mari again, get Iona down. Let's go ahead and start rage regenning really quickly. Use Maul again. You're seeing the freeze, you're seeing the slow. The timing hasn't been beautiful thus far, but as I said, doing it in 2x speed, you know, it's not the easiest. We're gonna just keep using Maul here. We're not even gonna save him up right now because we have a pretty dang fast team in terms of the rage regen with Hollow she's able to provide to this squad. So speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and do Maul again. Probably didn't need that last one, but it's okay. We're going to take Iona. Now we're going to use her ability first. Aatrox right here. Then we're going to do this. Then we're going to do Mari. Then we're going to Iona. Little late on Iona. Laurel's in. Laurel's out. Gonna go ahead and get a little rage regen from a hollow. Everything's cool there. Here comes Mari helping to freeze, get Aatrox right back in there. And again, get Maul right in there. You're gonna be surprised with, or maybe you won't be surprised, but Maul can deal some really nice damage as well. So the wall is looking fairly healthy here, which is the good news. Gotta be careful at this point. Really the only danger of the fight is right now, right? Can we DPS down fast enough given what we're working with here, which is a bunch of epic champions, right? We don't have the Viernas and the Comets on this squad, right? So here we go, get Iona back down. Let's go ahead and get Vortex in. And 49, I think we're right at the point right now that we can start just going crazy, popping every ultimate that we have. We can get Vortex out right now, put Aatrox back in over here. Oh yeah, we do it plenty of time to go. And Maul just continuously decrease defense. I mean, I'll need to repeat it for you guys again, right? Decrease defense, I will anyway. Decrease defense, slow, freeze, damage, range. He really is so great, so unique. I just love this guy. For a marksman who can do this sort of AoE damage, it really is not until you talk about maybe a Razak, oh, Nyx, you know, Nyx, a Razak, you know, those type of heroes, until you can really even talk about an upgrade potentially. Even those heroes, it's hard to say they're upgraded in every situation. They can do everything that Maul can do, right? Just such an incredible champion. All right, let's go ahead here and end this one. Plenty of time to spare, or health to spare, I should say. And we did it basically Aatrox and Laurel cycling there in terms of our, you know, our last two champions that we just kept in the rotation, or heroes, I should say. But let's take a look at the overall damage here, right? It's pretty dang impressive if you ask me, right? Out damaging Greed, out damaging Aatrox, really staying, you know, close to the #1 DPS Iona, who I also have a guide out on as well. But just really, really impressive stuff here. He brought so much control that Iona doesn't bring, in addition to the knockback, everything. You guys saw it the entire battle. I just absolutely think he's so amazing. Hopefully you guys are feeling inspired to use him a little bit more if you don't already do so on your account. What is this? Gear Raid 2. He can be used in Gear Raid 2. I'm not going to show you that. I don't have a team set up with him right now. But Gear Raid 3, it's not my main team. It's a few adjustments here. But I do have Silas in there just as a heads up. But it doesn't matter. No matter who you're using, a Setrum, you're using whoever you have at your disposal, he's going to be equally as amazing, right? It's not going to matter. So provided we can stay alive right out the gate here, we're going to get some cost back in a moment. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. Maul is going to be our, he can either be, he's best right over here on the left-hand side. He can hold down this 4 really, really well. Really well. Let's go ahead and put a Hatsuit over here. Let's put a Laurel over here. Let's put Eloin over here. It's okay, the boss is dead. Ideally, I'd put Eloin last, my healer last. That way, you know, Maul wouldn't be targeted. But Maul's going to be able to, on the left-hand side, first of all, his range is beautiful, right? Can hit all those targets. I mean, he can one-shot them with his shark ability, right? How convenient and strong is that, you know? And it feels like we have power dominance on here. Granted, we do have Silas, like I said, on the team here. He's not even necessary, to be honest with you guys, on this squad. Let's go ahead and just pop Idril and have her take care of all those mobs. And then we can pop Hatsuit's ultimate on the next mob on this side. But even with the next, I mean, no matter where you use him, I've seen Maul being used in this position over here where Laurel is as well, guys. Facing the right-hand side, right? You can use him where Dolores is, or even better, where Laurel is. You can face him towards the right and clip those enemies as they go by if you want, which is really, really handy, really nice. We can actually pull Silas off right now, just in case. Look at Maul. Look at him go. Look at him go. Let's pop it. Almost a one-shot on those mobs right there. Easy peasy. Silas has 20 seconds left on him. Let's go ahead. Look at Idril just taking care of business, man. We don't even need to use Hatsu or Silas at all in the right And there it is, guys. Maul is so great. So much damage, so much control, and one epic hero, guys. Hopefully you feel the same about Maul as I do. Clearly, I'm in love with this dude. I'm in love with the shark, man. Really cool design and really, really cool implementation of said design strategically in the game. I love Maul. Let me know what you think. And if there's anybody else who you have a build or a guide recommendation here, maybe an epic or even a rare that you guys use a lot and you feel like more people ought to be talking about, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Hey, thanks for watching till the end of this one, and as always, take care, guys.